Alright, so for the last video we did, we stopped here, this section. So now we're moving to this section, then the one that follows next. So let me save this image. So we've gotten the image. Let's start building. So we have an image, then a block here that houses this text, basic text, heading text, rich text, another block here. And inside the block we have two buttons, just like we have up here. So general section is going to have an image, and a block, text, heading, rich text, basic text, heading, rich text. And that's a main block. I'll just come here, then I'll copy this block. I'll paste it here. And we're going to apply the block card button to this block card button so that it takes off the stroke that was there. Block card button. That's not working. Let's just create another modifier class. Button, no stroke. So let's say button, no stroke. And then on that class, I'll go to border, and then I'll make the border color transparent. And then we are good to go for the image. So let's make this container stack side by side. Then for the image, this was like 4 by 5. So we'll go to aspect ratio and say 4 by 5. Then make the object cover, and we then make the width 554 rem. So go to width 50. Now we have that radius with pixels. That's what that radius. And we have the radius. And we'll use this. Then now to the rich text. Let's make all the text color inside the block. That's what it reverse. Then the heading. Title. Reverse. So the person is discovered. The person is supposed to be using text in the last rich text. So this cover. And then we have this. So remember how we did for this, where we added a span and gave it style. So I'll just copy the style from this. Then come here, paste the style. So I can put the style. What I'll do is make heading secondary. And collection of reads. Remember, do this. Say class equals style. Go here, check the CSS. Or you copy the CSS. Come back here. And then you paste it and edit. So we've gotten that. The next part is to make that everything is this width long. So go here, layout. Let's do 50 rand. Before 50 rand, let's check the size. This is 48 pixels. This matches it. I'll go back. I'll go back to the container, go to content, make it center aligned. Then we say spacing should be space between. You also want to give a gap just when they come close. So say gap. And it's the space with the gap. So that means even when there's no more space and it comes close, there'll still be this space. This space, this gap is like 20px. But it seems we don't need the grid, this space between. So what we'll do is just make this space match what we have there. So let's do E3x, make it 5. Okay, now this is better. Empty block. Then space the block. So for this, we would say everything inside should have a gap of space medium. Then this is going having extra gap because for some reason, a lot of times your paragraph might have margin space. So what you just do is you take that margin space off, click on basic text, the margin button, I click, type in 0. That seems to not be working. Let's try this. So let's say every p tag in this has a margin, say 0. And then, so also do, let's just inspect and see where the space is coming from. For some reason, this is not having the colors to have. Let's just have an inspect what we came for. So let's inspect this color. I see it has a margin of That it is fix it. Oh, the space is coming from the heading, not. So let's say adding block start. So yes, it's coming from the heading. So we'll go back. Select the heading. Type in 0 there. So that's fixing it. Now for our colors not showing how it should. All right, so it turns out it's coming from advanced theme. So let's just turn this off and save settings. And this should fix the issue. Yes. Let's continue now. So we are good to go for this section. Yes. Now the customer testimonials. So click another section. Here we have the text and a block that houses the testimonial cards. So the card has an image, customer's name, and customer's testimonial. So remember what we talked about using custom post types or things like this, so you do not repeat yourself. So you're going to create a custom post type for customer testimonials and then have all of this image so that we can easily query it in just as we did for this. So let's save this. Go here, go to ACF. Say post types. So I already have some I already did before. This is reviews, which I call testimonial. So if I say edit, you'll see reviews, reviews. Then every writing stays the same. Plural review, singular review, and this auto-populates, you edit it yourself. So what I'll do is just, I'll just activate it. So once I do that, I'll go to reviews and I'll add new review. The name, testimonial, and then featured image will be, so let's just go to free pick. All right, now so we have our 3 testimonials complete. So let's go back to building. Heading text and the block. convert this horizontal and center as I did before. Then our testimonial card. Now, from this now, I'll start using CSS classes. We've already started using CSS classes on our buttons, but here I'm going to use it for this card. So in the card we have the card featured image, the block holding name and testimonial, and then in basic text, that's a quote. So for this basic text, let's just make it a quote. Now we have this, so we have, let's rename this the featured image. Featured image. Text. Client. Testimonial or review. So let's do it here. Testimonial. Let's just say review, so it's to be shorter. Review. Give this quote. I'll call this review. Yeah, so we are going to use BEM to do this. So BEM is a naming convention for naming your CSS classes in a more structured way. Normally you do it manually where you then name this review card, and you do this will be review card image, then a review card text wrap, review card clients. Let me just do it using advanced schema the automatic way, and it's faster. So right click, fast converter. Now you see review card featured image text wrap. So if I didn't rename those blocks and elements, it would have used so that I can still rename it from here. But since I already renamed it, then there's no point doing all of that here. So the name is fine. Copy the ID stars. If there's stars, you can copy. So to just move it to the class. Yes, but I've not done any star yet. And now click on create classes. So now let's query this. Let's say post type is review. We're not going to see review here because we don't refresh the page after doing that. So let's refresh the page. So now we're refreshed. Now it should already counting 3 because we have 3 posts. Remember when we did this? So that's what it's counting. But what you want is not posts, but reviews. So we'll see, yes, now we've seen that now. So we can make this always show 3, even though there's more than 3. And then what we'll do now is you put this inside the block. And then that block, yeah, so that it goes top to bottom, up to down. Then start working on our card. Featured image. I'm not going to select an image. Remember, dynamic data, featured image. Quotes will remain quotes. So see for all our featured image. Clients will be post title. You can type it if you know the name. So we post content. Now we can start styling. So for the image, it's 104 pixels. I'll just say 10 rem. So I'll just use pixels. Say 10 px. Sorry, 100 px. Border be full. Want everything to be stacked side by side. I want the spacing between these two. That is up there, so let's use gap. I like using gap, so let's avoid, let's just use here instead. Column gap, space, space L. I just like doing this just in case it turns later. Then background color. Background color is stationary. And then space XS. Then let's go to border. Make everything 0. But this should be 1. Solid. And this 4. Okay, let's make it 15. The border radius. Let's make it 'so we are getting there. Now we have to space it. So gap, space. That's a row gap. Too much. This XL is too much. Space M. Space M. Space S works. So for this, font size body, font size caption is better. Then text. Let's use this. Then light 300. I just found that tick. Let's just use this. Now for the card, let's use 62 RAM. Client, font, make this heavy. Then this quotes, let's make it very big. So let's say 400. Line height is 1. Let's save, and then let's inspect what's causing that space. So I can take it off. Inspect. Let's change display, flex, and see what happens. Inline flex. I can just change the height since, so let's just go and change the height. Let's try primary. No, secondary is better. You can use another font, but I will just go with this so I don't start looking for fonts to use. So I'll go to layout, size, I'll make this 2rem. Sorry, that should be block size. Then go back, I'll make this 200. Let's say 100. Okay, now we are getting it. At 100, we can even delete sizing. So now we are having this. Let me turn something off. Now for the featured image, let's align self to center. Align self center. So it comes to the center. And now let's make this, bring it to the end. So now we are having this beautiful card. Well, let's do this instead. Cancel that and make it auto so that it has the exact size of this, and then we can center this, then give it a space. Say we should use this again. So let's see the table gap of space 5, 6 XL is fine. And now we want to move this one here and then change this to brown. So how do we do that? Now we're going to write CSS. So go to the card. What you do now, you say the root. So that basically what this root means is going to anything that is here. So if it's review card, it's a big review card. If it's button, it's a big button. So in case you change the CSS or ID name later, you don't have to come and change the name from the CSS. So say and child I'll say end child 2. So what this is saying is, let the second child have this style I want to do now. So I'll test that by doing background red. And you're saying, so that's to test that it's working. So since we've confirmed it's working, what we want to do is border color primary. And now margin inline start minus 20px. That is a 50. Now we have that. So no matter the number of cards we have here, the second one was going to always have this style. So if this Amara should change to be the second, that was going to have this style. So now we've gotten that. See how beautiful it's all becoming. So in the next video, we are going to continue with the subscribe to our newsletter part. All right, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.